good. 'Tis the season. Ho, ho, ho. Is that Santa, Jesus? Is that what that is? I don't know. Monday, I've been doing vertical lives on Monday after work for a little bit before KC and Rob start up. Just got off of work, and it is about to be holiday time. Don't have to work until Thursday, and it's good. I wonder if anybody's going to pop in here today. I would assume some people may have to work tomorrow. I know like post office is open. I know if you last minute shopping, everybody got their holiday shopping done. Mine is done. I made a few things for some presents that I have to kind of work on a little bit and get ready. But other than that, we're by ourselves. It is a quiet Monday right now, which is cool. Just sit here and hang out. Red on red. Anybody buy some red or green knives for the holiday? What's going on, my one viewer? This is the quietest live I've ever started off. Usually about this time I pop in and a few people start showing up like right away. A lot of times it's people I don't even know. But it looks like right now we are quiet, which is fine and is what it is. Full throttle. What's going on? Good to see you. Happy holiday, Merry Christmas. Ethan, what's going on, Ethan? How are you today? What's everyone got going on? You guys got to work tomorrow? Or are we off for the next few days? El Navajero, what's up? Osiris? Rida. No, I have not. I am not a... I don't fight crime. I don't fight crime. I mean, if I had to, I guess I could. I am still new. I had a butterfly knife. It had a blade on it, so I wasn't able to mess around that much. I did just get this trainer. I don't know a lot yet. I need to work on it, but it does. Listen to that sound. This is a squid trainer, the Mako V5. I plan to start a little journey trying to learn some stuff with that. I am basically, I'll consider myself a novice, but I am excited to mess around and learn. That's why I picked up the trainer. Titanium Justin made a funny video today. If you haven't seen Titanium Justin, he does some interesting videos, often with a lot of sprinkles involved. If I imagine, I look at my setup and I make videos, and I imagine if I was at Titanium Justin's setup, it would be similar, although there would be sprinkles everywhere. I'm imagining there's sprinkles on the edges of the table, on the floor, kicked under the couch, all over the place. It's cool. He does his unboxings and poof, sprinkles. It's a good little fun gimmick. I don't know. I don't want to. That sounded weird. That's why I didn't want to say it right away. But you know, it's kind of a gimmicky little thing. It's fun. I dig it. I like it. But I can imagine he's got those, like, oh, sprinkles. I was on my wood lathe yesterday, and I've changed clothes since then. But when I get on the lathe, a wood lathe is basically you put a piece of wood on something and it spins really fast, and then you put tools to it, and you turn. You can make bowls and cups and tops and different things like that. And I put an apron on. So I got my apron on. I'm doing all the work. I get done. I come inside. I sit down. And I go like this in my pocket, and it was like just sawdust. Like somehow I was standing in a way that it kicked up and managed to drop down into my pocket and just covered me. Justin says it smells great. So there's that. What's going on, Michael, Marco, Polo? Everybody off tomorrow, or do anybody have to actually work tomorrow? If you do, I give you the strength to make it through. What's up, Leafy Wiggy? I do not work tomorrow. I am off Tuesday, Wednesday. My family and I celebrate Christmas. Looks like we are going to be celebrating tomorrow. So Christmas Eve, we got families. My sister, obviously, multi-fam. She's got I have two nephews. And so they have my parents, which is their grandparents, and then my brother-in-law's parents are other grandparents. So they kind of do a multi-celebration where we'll celebrate with us, and then another day they'll celebrate with them or whatever. And so it looks like we are doing Christmas Eve or Christmas tomorrow on Christmas Eve. And then on Christmas Day, they're going to be going to their other grandparents' house. And so that means Christmas Day, I don't have a lot of plans. I know a lot of people, a lot of friends probably be around, but a lot of them, you kind of spend the time with family. I haven't really decided exactly what I'm doing yet. What's going on, Andy? And so I'm not sure. I will do a Kenman style pocket check, but have sprinkles. Ha! I do the daily pocket check, reach in the pocket, take out a knife. So it'd be like, you go to do that and just sprinkles, you should just like, you have that knife in your pocket like so, and just you go out like this to open it and just have it just blah, sprinkles everywhere. Still doing knife miss. Is that what you're calling the thing we were gonna do? I had to make some presents and do some stuff. It got busy there. I've chilled out now. So if we still want to, 29 watching, 6 likes. Come on, people, it's Christmas time. Thank you, Renee Ramon. How are you doing? Renee, I will be right after Christmas getting ready to start on your custom. Haven't had a chance to get going on it yet. You knew, and it was like I'm slow and it was kind of behind a couple others. But Renee sent me a cool knife. I can get it out right now. It's right over here. Boom. This Chavez right there that he has used and worked up. It's got a titanium handle. We are going to do a real cool custom little, I'm not really sure exactly. It'll probably be a anodized laser mark removal, anodized laser mark, or something like that. What's going on, Rachel? Do I have a butterfly knife? I have a butterfly knife and I have a butterfly trainer. My butterfly knife is somewhere around here, but I just picked up this trainer. This is a Squid Industries Mako V5. Just bought this one. I am a novice, but it's got a real nice clickety-clack sound. I'm excited to start learning some things with it. So for now, that's the action you get out of it. What's up, Randy? What do you got going on? Anybody have anything? I'm getting warm. I already got a strip down. It is Christmas, so we're going to go from red to green. Ho, ho, ho. Rachel Brown. Yeah, it's a trainer, so it is not sharp. So you can practice and learn. It has some specific things on it too. There's some weights down here that can be removed, so you can adjust your own personal choice. There's a little nub right there. So like if you're holding down really low, that nub can catch you on the finger versus if you're holding more up high like this, it doesn't. So it gives you that tactile feedback. Also, there is another little tooth on the what would be considered the sharp edge side. And that is to help you so that, if you're doing things like this, you're not touching that sharp side. You don't want to be doing something like that. And then on the sharp edge, then that little nub will catch you and it helps you learn like, oh, if I was doing this with an actual knife, it would have cut me. Do I have a 1999 knife? What is that? Where's your ugly Christmas sweater? I had a red hoodie on and now I have a green shirt on. I mean, that's something. I don't have an ugly sweater and it's not Christmas. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow or actual Christmas Day and I'll have to be more festive, get myself a hat or something. What's going on, Ken? What are you up to tonight? I am off tomorrow and Wednesday. I will be doing my normal live. It'll be a little special party celebration on Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time. That'll be my normal live. It'll be horizontal, won't be vertical like this. But we're going to have a little Christmas cheer and fun. If you guys are free, come and check it out. I might do something on Christmas too. What are you doing actually? Are those knives? They're Matchbox cars. Nope, they're all knives. You can pick one and open it up, check it out, enjoy it. This is the CJRB Feldspar. I'm going to go off of another shelf here. Concept BTF. BTF is actually a really fun one. Need to carry that more. I have a channel. I do knife unboxings, features, talk about all different types of styles and knives, and I do customs. So I like to do custom stuff like shipwrecking. This is a copper handle that was a basic copper that I gave it that cool shipwreck with all the blues and the splashes of color on there. I like to do dye projects like this one right here. This is the Civivi X1. This was white. I gave it that purple kind of Joker look. I also do laser marks. So here is a laser mark of some wings on an accipiter, concept accipiter. The one I just did, the most holiday cheer kind of one, we polished up this Ozark Trail turd. So that was just a blue handle, and I do it with laser marking, depending on what material it is. This is aluminum. Aluminum, I dialed in and got a nice white laser mark. So it was blue, and the laser mark is the white mark. You can't really get white marks on like titanium or steel as much, but on aluminum, I've got it dialed in pretty good, so it works really well with the snowflakes on there, right? This is this $5 knife, Ozark Trail from Walmart. I also did an acid etch on the blade just to give it a little fun little detail. You can sort of see the Ozark Trail logo up there. But the laser mark was the part I was the most excited to mess around with. But I basically do stuff like that on the channel. And I do everything from start to finish. You get to watch the whole video. That was the one for today. So you see me, I take it apart, and then I basically explain everything. So if you want to try to learn how to do it yourself, you can watch and kind of use it as a guide, or you can just enjoy me having issues and screwing things up or dropping a screw under a refrigerator or something fun like that. I edit to kind of help make it look good, but if there's things and issues that go wrong, I don't remove that. I let you see everything and how it goes. Can you laser mark Viking horns on a knife after anodizing purple? I could anodize it. Wait, let me think about this a second. I don't remember the colors very well as far as which way it goes. All right, so what we could do, here's the anodized spectrum of titanium. It's kind of faded because I've touched it up a bunch. But this is just showing you all the colors and the spectrum. So this is the top of the spectrum. This is the bottom. So we have gold and purple. And so what happens is when you get to a higher spectrum, it goes to here. So we could anodize the whole thing in purple. Then I could do a laser mark removal of the horns, like for the Viking horns. And then we could anodize it again and bring it to the gold. So then it would be purple and gold. Dual anodized. We could make that happen. Might not be the exact shades, you know, because the purple is more of a magenta kind of purple than the Vikings purple is a little bit darker. You know what I'm saying? Laid off Pete lurking, but hey. Which purple, or are you talking about one that Ken was asking? I was going to say the purple knife that I showed, this is the Civivi X1. But yeah, Ken, that's a good idea. We live in Minnesota. Why have I not tried that yet? But we could totally do purple anodized. So you get a raw titanium, anodize the whole thing in that purple, do the laser removal, which then brings it back to the bare titanium, and then anodize it again. And as long as you don't go higher in the spectrum than the first color will stay the same, and then you can pull that second color. Where did I get the Civivi? From Civivi, or did I order that one maybe off of Amazon? You could either get it direct from Civivi, or they are also available on Amazon. The X1 came out a few months ago, I guess this summer sometime. There are some other colorways. This one was originally white, and I gave it that purple color. But it drops nice. It has a big fuller, easy to flick out. Then it also has the flipper tab on the back. Good little choke up spot. You can get in there, do some work. Very straight, sharp, slicey, hollow grind on there. Nice knife. What's up, big hams? I would like to have a big ham right here. I'd slice that thing up. A ham so big that I can get in there and 7.27K. Word is getting out about how awesome you are. I'm all right. I'm all right. Laid Off Pete's a member for 3 months. Thank you very much, Pete. Appreciate you. Big hams, yes, sir. Any knife fans in here? Also Packer fans? I know a lot of my friends are either, there are some Vikings fans, there are some Packer fans. When you live in Minnesota, you end up having some friends that are also from Wisconsin. Do I have abs? I mean, we're not flashing today. Take a little bit for that. They're under there. There might be a layer of smooth over the top of them. Smash that thumbs up. Only 23 with 75 people in here. We got 94 people in here. I don't need to show it hard, but yeah, if you are having a good time, go ahead and hit that like button. We're trying to have some fun here, getting in the holiday spirit. I'll be doing some special things over the next couple of days. I have a couple new knives. Do you guys see this one? This is the big old Rough Rider Bighorn lockback. Nice half stop right there. Boom. Just a ridiculous knife. But if this is something that interests you, I will be showcasing things like this on the regular. I am down for checking everything out. Kind of closer, more budget-friendly, crazy, silly knives like this. You know, you want to get into all the way up to doing some customs on some crazy expensive Chavez. Or I've got a custom right here, another one. That was close. I struggle with these. I can't even do it with my right. But I'm going to be doing something custom to this pretty soon as well. So we get some nice knives in here. I also like I bought this $5 Walmart knife, you know, and then did a full custom on it. Tried to polish a turd is what I call it. This is the Polish the Turd #2. I don't know. But yeah, the #2 polished turd. My first polished turd. Where is it? I have to find it. Where did that thing go? Is it over there? I'm missing that other turd that I polished up. It doesn't stick out very much because, you know, it's a turd. I would have guessed it's right here. We'll just skip along. And I also love crazy things like this. I mean, when you find a mermaid knife that has a raccoon, butterfly, and dolphins on the blade, you just pick it up. Does it stink? I can just sniff it out somewhere. Got my Zelda knife. I found this originally. Someone was like, let's go look on Temu for fun. So we went and looked on Temu. I didn't buy it on Temu. I ended up getting it on Amazon instead. But the copyright stricken Zelda knife. Super cheap, but fun. I do not have a Herman. Just got an Ishtar and you love it? Sounds fun. I would like to. There's a lot of knives out there. There's only so many I can get in a day. I was carrying the Hawk today. This is a new one from Kaiser. Oh, I am loving the Hawk. I'm surprised I haven't cut myself. Just because look at that drop shut. Boom. With the right hand, I can get in here and woo! Just you let it drop to your thumb, and as soon as you get that thumb out of the way, it just goes the rest of the way. Titanium Justin got an AD 20.5. Didn't you get, was that the one that you ended up splitting with someone, so you got it like for half price? Wow. I think my hand's broken right now. Boom, there it is. AD 20.5. 147 people in here. You guys want to hit that like button. But yeah, I love the AD 20.5. It's got that shark lock on there. Totally ambidextrous. You push that down, the blade just drops. You can push it and open it. Or you can thumb stud it out, flick it out. AD 20.5 is awesome. I actually just ordered the Flytanium Arcade, which is a completely different knife, but it does have that same shark lock on it. So I'm excited to get that. They were half price last weekend. And it was around a $200 knife that I'd been wanting for a while. And as soon as I saw that it went on half price, it was like, okay. I'd already bought some stuff, and then someone brought it up on the live, and I was like, what? Those are half price right now? And then I went and looked, and it was like, not sure I would totally love the model I got was the S35VN, like satin blade, black handle with the Ultim insert. Basically, I really wanted the satin blade. I didn't want the black coated blade, and they only had certain ones that were on the half price sale. So I kind of went with that. But if you have seen, the Flytanium Arcade has a lot of aftermarket, or they sell a lot of different inserts and scales and custom thumb studs and stuff like that for it. So it's a very customizable knife. So I figured at least I'm getting that base. And then if I want to change out the scales or the thumb stud at some point, I certainly can. Fook's in here? What's up, Dwayne Letterman? How's it going, Dwayne? Rhodey? Leafy's going to be opening some knives tonight. Delica, Native 5 Maximet, Chaparral, XHP. That sounds great. OTFs? I'm not big on OTFs. I do have this little Boker. This is the Boker USB. Fun little smaller OTF. I do this every time. I'll get them real close this time. Jason Beecher, Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas to all. I'm excited. I did order. Well, I ordered because I went on Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and basically I was looking for case knives. I started adding some case knives to my collection. I got this little Peanuts. I picked up the small Stockman. What's cool about this Stockman, though, is there's the stamp on the blade you can look at right there. If you look at that blade on, or the stamp on any of the blades you get from case, it tells you what year it was made. This one is actually from 1993. Tell me this doesn't look pretty much like a brand new one. But it is, in fact, from 93. So if you are interested in getting a knife that shows or showcases a date, like your birthday or something like that. Here's the Peanut. Peanut has a half stop on it. This one's like, I want to say it's like 8 or 9 years old. I can't remember. I apologize, it's backwards. I wish I could flip it around. I actually emailed and been talking to YouTube about rotating this. If I switch to the other camera, it's not backwards. but then my phone is backwards and I won't be able to read chat. So I'd like to be able to interact still. But yeah, so this one, that stamp is missing some circles. So this one's like from like 2017 or something like that. But the Peanut is a really nice knife. I do enjoy a half stop on a slip joint. The other blade, it's like the, what do they call it? The pen blade. But this is a small one. What has happened is now I've turned into a 3-knife carry. I will carry a main knife that, you know, my main carry for the day. And then I'll carry a little secondary knife, right? And then now I'm like, oh, well, I have another pocket. I can throw that Peanut in here. And now I'm going to start carrying a small slip joint or something like that. It's evolution. Now I'm carrying 3 knives. We're on like almost day 30, carrying the Alt Pry bar without having to use it. I'm going to see how many days I will carry this before I actually need it. Someone will say, oh, you can need it like every day. And it's like, I'm doing this challenge as I need it, like I actually need it. Because I have it here ready to be used if needed. But the thing is like, oh, I've got something I need to open it. Well, I always am going to have the knife. So if I have a knife and I would use the knife for that task, then I don't need the pry bar. And so I'm waiting to use the pry bar for something that is actually needed. What's up, Knives Are Life? Jason says he carries a small trapper in his 5th pocket. See, it becomes a thing, and I've evolved, and now it looks like I've been carrying 3 knives every day. You will never use that pry bar. I already said, it's like if I get to 100 days, then does that mean I stop carrying it? And then on the 101st day, it'll be like, oh, I need it. But there have been times where I have had something where I need to pop that staple out, or I need to get in between something and separate 2 pieces of wood, or I have like a fixture at work and something stuck to it and you got to get in between them and pop them apart. So it is certainly possible that I will need it. But how many days will it be? I don't know. I don't know. Have you ever cut yourself? Yes. I don't cut myself a lot. I know some people that do all the time. I have a little teeny mark right there that you can see that's almost healed up that I did. I was, when you take one of these, like a knife that's got a front flipper. Oh, geez. So, I'm going to cut myself thinking about it. You put your index finger on there and open it like that, right? It was a small one, and when I went to do it, it went like that, and then it turned into my hand and poked my palm. It's kind of the first time that's ever happened. I have knives like the Pyrite Light that I've cut myself because I have large hands, and so I'm being very careful the way I'm holding this out like this because I have a big hand in it. So if I have a big hand, it sits in my palm like that, and I'm holding it like this. And so if you look, see that catches my palm. I have to now move my palm out of the way. That would be my most common cut, is like it's something because my hands are just too big for a knife. Certain knives, it's just the way they close. It's, when they're small, you got a really tiny knife like this in your hand. This does have a front flipper on it, but I have to get in here really deliberate to get that front flipper to go. It does have a fuller for flicking out, but I have to really give it a wrist in order to make that work. And it also has the rear flipper tab. This is the Concept Mini Corvid Cleaver, probably the smallest. It's just a tiny little fun one. The only one smaller would be my stiletto, my Italian stiletto. People seem to like this one. It's tough for me to hold it. It's so small, but boom, it is an auto. You can get these on Blade HQ. Camden says he carries an XTS 40. God bless. If you like it, perfect. That happened with your Vision FG. You cut your hand with your Vision FG? I can really get that in my palm. And it doesn't touch. I love the Vision FG. It's one of my favorites. It's the headliner on my channel page. This is one of my first dye jobs. This is a white one. What's up, Ralph? How you doing? But this is similar to the Demco. This is the Super Lock on the Vision FG, but it works the same way as the Shark Lock. So you can see that on the back. Here's the Shark Lock for that Demco that MTB just asked about. Shark Lock, Super Lock. If you notice, very similar. Super Lock kind of sticks out a little bit more. Shark Lock is a little bit more like a shark fin in a way, but they both are on the back. Kind of hard to do at the same time and be on camera, but a very fidgety, excellent locking system. I love it. I actually just ordered the Flytanium Arcade that has that same lock. I'm excited to get it. But you cut yourself on your Vision FG, Kane, huh? I mean, each person's different, and the way you hold it and the way you have a knife in your hand and stuff, everyone's kind of unique. Some people really enjoy certain knives. Some people don't. You know, I know a lot of people really like the CJRB Pyrite Light. I am a Pyrite lover, but I don't like the Pyrite Light. I like the basic Pyrite. They didn't make a longer blade, so I never worry about cutting myself. I can hold that in my palm way back there, and it won't catch it all. You can do it, Kenman. I usually carry a micro multi-tool keychain size in the 15 pocket. No, that you don't put anything in there. Right, if you got it seems like you got a nice pocket right there. It's like, man, I could drop something there. I see Titanium Justin thinks the Pyrite Light is the best Pyrite ever. I will say there's some that have higher blade steels, but my favorite Pyrite is the Rose Gold Bowie Pyrite. Oh, same thing. Not going to cut myself with this one. Oh, thumb studs work great. Fuller works good. That Rose Gold is really sharp looking. And the Bowie. Come on. How many carry a slip? I'm thinking about that. Some of these knives, I do have a few slips I got. I don't know where they are. Of course not. I am not prepared today. Oh, there's my turd. Turd number 1, turd number 2. You like bug outs? No, I don't. The reason I don't like the bug out is because it's overpriced and there's so many other options out there made by other companies that are basically bug out killers. CJRB just released this Acacia. This is $30. $30 ARPM 9 and the FRN light scales with the crossbar lock. This is basically a bug out killer. You could buy 4 of these for the price of a cheap bug out. And I can't see how the bug out is much better than this. Someone will be like, oh, well, they're blade steel or something like that. It's few and far between. You're paying extra for that butterfly tax. I mean, you can buy a $10 Ozark Trail Grail. Is this better than the bug out? Other than the blade steel? Not quite. But there's just so many knives from so many companies. I'll take a CJRB Hectare with S90V and Ultim. This is still at least $50, $60 cheaper than the bug out. And this is the same thing. Got your crossbar lock. Flips out really nice. Nice jumps on there. We have an S90V blade on there. So then you've got that. So why would you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm trying to find my other... I just need to make a list of bug out killers. Civivi Altus. Boom. Dude, this is just a no-nonsense, awesome button lock. The Civivi Altus. Listen to the snap. Pow. Drops really nice. Flicks out really easy. Just a great knife. And you get this for about 50 bucks. How is the thumb hole, though? See, people, that's what a lot of people have said about the Hectare. They're like, the hole is too close. right? Well, there's my thumb. There's my flick out. First try both times. There's the thumb out again, flick out again. It is tighter, sure. But, it, you know, there it is. I get my finger in there and I hit flick and it works. So if you're not really good at thumbing out with a hole or flicking out with a hole, there, see, I just failed. I failed first time with the echo, and I was going to say the echo is easier to do. The echo sticks out more completely out, and I screwed up a thumb on the echo, so there's that. But the echo does have the front rollover that's about as easy it gets. Boom. Actually, I almost implore, I implore thee. The CJRB Echo is almost a better knife than the Pyrite. No front flipper, Dan. It's a fantastic knife. Rolf Robertson is freaking awesome. You god darn right he is. Thoughts on the CJRB Pyrite Light? Yeah, nope. Buy any Pyrite other than the Pyrite Light. I know you're now spending a little bit more. The Pyrite Light is the cheapest one, but the standard Pyrite is better. The Pyrite Light, I'll show you as I show all the time. The handle is the same size. The blade is longer. You can see right there, it's longer. So what does that mean, Kenman? That means when you close it, look at where this closes at. It closes right down by there. And this one, when you close it, it's all the way at the end. So like right now, that blade is still, I'm sorry, the lighting here is sticking out way up there. And so as I have larger, if you have smaller hands, you'll never know. You'd never know. But if you have larger hands and I grab this down here like this and I go to close it, it hits my palm right there. And I move my palm out of the way and it closes. It doesn't matter where I hold the regular Pyrite. I can hold wherever I want. I don't even look and it's not going to cut my palm. I've cut my palm twice with the Pyrite Light. There is no reason that they needed to make the blade that much longer. It does nothing other than create frustration and cut palms on long-handed people. Big-handed people. Palm slicer, says Michael McCoy. I have several other people that have also cut themselves doing the exact same thing. So, again, if you can explain to me a reason why the blade needs to be that much longer, Titanium Justin will say the best Pyrite ever. Justin, put the Pyrite down and pick up your Lago, bud. Lago, same thing. You're never going to catch your palm. And look at this action. CJRB Lago. I did a custom with this. I removed the black blade and the black pivot and swapped it out with the purple one that I dyed. And then I gave that one to Titanium Justin. And then he sits on my live and tells me the best Pyrite ever is the Pyrite Light. You can say, well, Kenman, did I not notice that you have two Pyrite Lights? I actually have purchased two Pyrite Lights. I own two Pyrite Lights. So I have the right to tell you that it's garbage. Boom. Check out the Lago, though. Lago is just a little bit larger than your Pyrite. And it does have a flipper tab on the back. So you can see it just beats that Pyrite out in some size. But the thumb out works great. Flicks out. Flipper tab. Button. Lago. Just skip the Pyrite completely. Get a Lago. Get an Echo. Get a Riff. CJRB Riff. This is probably my favorite CJRB. Beast right there. That huge fuller on there. Vision FG is one of my top 3 knives, says Michael. I would probably say the same. I'll say it's one of my top 5 for sure. 171 of us in here. Thank you all for hanging out with me. What knives are we all carrying today? The one I had in my pocket before I sat down here was the Kaiser Hawk. This is the M390 blade with the DLC coating, and then a titanium gorgeous handle with the new Snap Echo. Oh, just smooth, drops, feels great in the hand. I love it. Nice little stack of jimps on there. That's the one I was carrying today in my main pocket. And then my second pocket, I took it out already because I was trying to get stuff ready for this. I had my mini sheepdog button lock. Another really nice one. I'm looking for a smaller knife, that little choke up spot on there. Boom. I'm carrying the Line Steel Nano. Love this little thing. Also hope you're well, Kenman. Love catching the streams. Thank you so much, Knives In Pizza. Two great things that go great together. Do you like the Benchmade Bailout? I have never messed around with the Bailout. I am not a fan of the Bugout. I do have a Benchmade tagged out. So I can say I'm kind of a hater, but it's that butterfly tax. They kind of overcharge for what you're getting. I would like the tagged out more if it wasn't that lightweight handle. I don't like that material. I would get a titanium handle for this and be much happier. Civivi Cubit is a nice one. I don't have a Cubit. I have a Sencut Serene, which is in a way similar. Oh, I missed the button. Very Christmassy, right? Sencut makes some nice budget knives. I would check them out. But I like the tagged out is just a bigger knife than the Bugout. Like it a little bit more. What's up, Dirty Dan? AWT has tag out scales for less than 50. What are they made out of? Less than 50? What are they made out of? I'm very interested. Do I have any gravity knives? I've got a Riot right here. This is the Riot Mini XO. It's got a lock on there, so it's stuck open. That has the CPM 3V double-edged dagger blade on there and the Zircotai inlay. And when you open it, just boom, it just drops. It's great. It's fun stuff. Kenman Special, Mini Bugout, Pyrite Light, MSI, Vosteed Martin, and a Lago. Oh, the Lago's cool. Oh, Justin. Most expensive one, most cheap one. All right. $7. The Mermaid. Extra special. Good thing she has an Audi. If she had or she has an Innie. If she had an Audi, that would be a hot spot right on her belly button there. But yeah, this is probably the cheapest knife I have at $7. I don't know if I've got anything less than that. Here's where we hit the old. Most of my expensive knives that I own are around that $200 max. So I can't really top that with what I've got. I've got a couple Devos. Here's the Devo Tall Boy in dark mode. This is an awesome knife from Devo. This is about $200. I also have the Devo Premium Pony Stout, but I think this one's a little bit less than that. But this is in titanium, really fun. This is probably one of my favorite smaller knives. I'm going to do a custom to that one pretty soon. We are looking at my most expensive ones right now, bud. That tagged out is like $180. I am missing, here we go, CJRB Frac S90V and Frag Titanium. This is also around $200. Frac is like a huge pyrite. So yeah, as far as my collection goes, around that $200 is my most expensive. Although, you know, this XO, whoops, locked on. This XOU with the Zircotai, this is around $480, I think, for what you're looking at right here. So this is over double what my most expensive knife is. This is on loan to me from Mikey Trails right now. I guess, actually, my most expensive would be the new Kaiser Hawk. This is $210. S90, or DLC coated M390 and titanium at $210 for that one right now. Rene Ramon's Chavez. I don't know how much these are, but this Chavez is definitely pushing up there in the prices. I feel like I'm missing a couple. I got knives all over the house. I would love to get a Bowie knife that's over $200. This is a Rough Rider Crown Stag handle, 440, and the brass, but tell me it's not cool looking. Pony Stout is also up in my top 3 to 5, as is mine, Michael. As is mine. A Bomber just subscribed. Thank you so much. We have a lot of fun here, talk about a lot of knives. We also do custom stuff. My top 5, definitely one of my top 5 right here is the Kaiser Mini Towser K with the Kaiser clutch lock, 154 cm, and the Frag Titanium. I absolutely love this thing. Robert Willoughby, Merry Christmas to you. I am excited to start learning. I've got my first Squid Industries Mako V5 trainer. So since it's a trainer, I can kind of spin this thing around and not be too worried about cutting my fingers off. You know, I've already, wait, there it is. Sorry about that. My most viewed short of all shorts I've ever shorted. I think my second place one is like 30,000 views, and this one is like pushing 100,000 views. I don't know why. This Rough Rider $17 micarta folding hatchet with a nice half stop to it. See, I see things like this, and I just can't help myself. It's just too cool. Thank you, Matcha Matic. You like Para 3 Maxamet version? I know I already asked, but I wonder what you think about it. I haven't handled the Para 3 with Maxamet. I've handled the Para 3 PM2s, Yojimbos, Yojumbos. I've handled quite a few Spydercos. I don't actually own any, but they are cool. If I was spending more on more expensive knives, I would probably have one in the collection. I do have this one right here, this Yojimbo that we're going to be customizing really soon. Here's my Beast Maxace Goliath. SLD Magic Sandmai blade. Drops. Oof. What's up, blade addicts? Did I check out Grizzly Blades yet? Did I? Grizzly Blades. Now I can't remember if I did. I have to write it down. Or no, that sounds really familiar though. Maybe I did. Stir my memory. What was a cool one from Grizzly Blades that I would notice? I feel like, do they have a lot of fixed blades and stuff and they were like really cool and kind of expensive? Or was that a different company? My collection is all right. I have a couple hundred knives, so I'm definitely there. We have a lot of budget stuff in that $30 to $80 range is kind of a sweet spot for me personally. When you can get something like a nice, well, I guess this one's 100. This is the Drop Bear. Just a fantastic user. Dizzy, thank you for the $4.99. Also, Matcha Magic, thank you for the $5.71. Sorry, I was too busy trying to answer your question at the same time. But Dizzy, thank you for the $5. Do you have, like Miguron, just ordered a pair of some to test the waters? This is my third Parasum. Thank you for subscribing, Jay. Look at the action on this. That's a winner right there. I've gone through three of these now, giving away a couple as gifts. I did a dye on this one here, so this was white, and I made it nice and red. I do like cleavers. I'll get to the cleavers in just a second there, bud. But yeah, Miguron Parasum is fantastic. Miguron Valona. I mean, not Valona. This is the Moyarl. I'll get to the Valona. Miguron Moyarl is fantastic as well. 14C28N G10 and a titanium clip on this one. Moyarl is a great bug out killer. I would take this over the bug out any day of the week. This is the Valona. Valona is a beast. That is a big old blade. They do have a small Valona. It's got a flipper tab, drop shut, fuller for flicking out, really nice. I got this one just stormtroopered out. I thought about dyeing it, but I kind of like this one just the black and white. Drops like a dream, flicks out good. And then my last Miguron that I have is the Acree. This is a really nice, clean, gentleman's black and gold, front flipper only. Just all black on black. But if you want to get a dress suit on, do a little James Bond action, got a nice clean looking knife like that. What's up, Dalton? How are you today? Do I like cleavers? Civivi Mastodon folding cleaver right there. Show some OTFs. I can show at least one in a second here. So this is the Civivi Mastodon, awesome folding cleaver. Why would you not? That is a win. Other cleavers I have, should be right here on the table. Yep. This beast of a cleaver right here. This is the Concept Mini Corvid cleaver. Awesome stuff. I just got this. This is considered a cleaver. This is from Rough Rider. That is a ram's horn. This is the Big Ram lock back cleaver. Tell me that's not rad. Look at this. My index finger rides right out to there. I have long fingers, so it's perfect for me. I got the Miguron Mural a couple weeks ago. What do you think about that one, Kevin? Okay, my only real OTF. Where? Oh yeah, it's not there. It's not there. It's there. Boom. This is the Boker OTF. This is the USB stick. Very small. You just drop it in your hand like that. I'm not big on the OTFs. I have a couple side openings. Boom. This is the Boker Kalashnikov. Got the lefty version. These are only about 50 bucks. If you're looking to get an OT or an out the side auto, that Boker Kalashnikov is a pretty good one. I do have my other out the side auto. This gorgeous Italian stiletto. Pow. Tell me that's not fantastic. I love it. I also kind of into the gravity knives. They're an out the front kind of a scenario as well, but not an auto. This is a cheapo from Amazon, Tresnan version, but it's fun. And if you want to spend a little bit more, oops, get yourself a Riot. And if the Riot Mini XO is too small, even though it's got that sick big chunk of zircotite on there, you could always just get the actual XO. This one's in L Max with a dagger blade on there. Keaton, I have an H&K P2000. I've already got one. But that's a completely different hobby. I have other hobbies, but this is my knife hobby. But yeah, what's nice about the H&K P2000, it's fully lefty. All the release and everything is all compatible for a lefty. I also have a fully lefty Stag AR. But I'm not, we're kniving it. Kaiser fixed blade Milita is quickly becoming one of my favorite fixed blades. This is a fantastic size. Look at those extra jimps out there. This is a S35 VN with the camo carbon and aluminum handle. Feels so good in the hand. If you were going to carry a fixed blade every day, why wouldn't you do that? Here's my Ozark Trail polished turd. So my video today was, can you polish a turd? Number 2. Get the joke? Number 2. So we took this $5 Walmart Ozark Trail. I did an acid etch on the blade. And then I did the laser mark. I put those white snowflakes on the handle. Did I polish this turd up, or is it still a turd? Comment below. And I call that one the polish a turd number 2. A, because it's funny. B, because this was my original polish a turd video. This is the Gerber Turd. So I did a laser mark on that handle there with the little wave pattern. Looks kind of fun. Gave it a full bolster kind of a look. And then it's a crossbar lock, and it had, I can't swing it out, but I can flipper tab it out. It had an assisted opening on it. So what happens is now it doesn't really close very well, and you can't swing it open really. And then when you go to flipper tab it, it's kind of weak like that. But if you give it a little snap, it flips out completely. And if you give it a little snap when you close it, it closes completely. Although some knives, if it comes with an assisted opening, you may be able to remove it, you may not. But I like to do custom stuff, so I like to test things out. This still has a turd that I feel like I sort of polished it up, but it is in fact still a turd. And so now I have got my turd volume 2. And what do we think? Do we know how to polish turds? Is it legal to carry knives out there? You get 7 years in prison over here if you're caught with one. Where are you at, Andy? You're up somewhere? Looks polished to me. But is it still a turd? Maybe. 169 of you in here. Thank you all for hanging out with me on a Christmas Eve. If you're having a good time, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Help me out a little bit. I appreciate it. Couple new subscribers right there. Arpit, Nick, Preston, and Darnell. Thank you all so much. I do a lot of custom stuff on the channel and a lot of fun. I get weird, silly knives like this bomb that just because it's fun. I get interesting knives. This was copper that I did. This is my most recent shipwreck job. So I do custom stuff, and then they are available. I don't have a storefront. I don't necessarily sell, but I do sell if someone asks. And so I finished this shipwreck. This was just plain copper, and I put it in a container with chemicals and let it patina and age and create those really cool colors. This one has been sold. I'm shipping that out really soon. If you want to see a little example, so this is a little lockback. See those brass, that's how it is when I got it. And then after doing the shipwreck, you can get interesting, fun, crazy patterns like that on there. I didn't use a lot of salt, so there isn't really any blue on that one. Here's my QSP Penguin. A little bit more salt on here. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. Did I scratch that? Oh no, it was just something on there. It looked like there was a big scratch on there. It's like, oh, when I dropped that knife earlier, maybe I scratched across it. But yeah, tell me that doesn't look super cool. I don't actually make knives. I would like to get into that. I have a few designs. I went to school for art. Was basically in restaurant management for many years. Got into weddings. So I was in like managing teams, and we were doing 200-person weddings. And then COVID hit, and people weren't gathering in groups of 200 anymore. And so I wasn't working for a little while. I was trying to find something to do. Ended up getting a side job doing laser marking at a company that laser marks and finishes like high-end like medical equipment and supplies. And started doing that part-time, and they're like, oh, you want to work full-time? I'm like, oh no, I still kind of do the weddings and stuff like that when that comes back. And ultimately, long story short, I quit doing food service type restaurants management, and now I am a full-time laser marking specialist, I guess, at this company. And so I have access to some cool machines, and I can do some fun laser marks like these snowflakes on here, or this CJRB agave. I put an agave plant on there. These are white laser marks. So the handle was actually silver, and I did the white reverse laser mark on there. Here's one that is not white. This is the Kershaw Ember. Is that what this is called? It was this color. And then I did a kind of a multi-pass laser mark on there to make that paisley print with a couple multi-tones to it. But I like designing some stuff out like that, and then coming up with some fun things and doing some customs. I do the die projects. I'm dropping knives today. I do the die projects like this purple on this Civivi X1. Or my Vision FG I had out early. Here's a fade die. This is a Concept Mini Helix. So this was jade, and I dyed it like a yellow to orange to like red fade. So I love doing custom stuff. That's kind of basically what I do mostly on the channel. I love doing unboxings and obviously getting new knives, picking up, oh, I got a new Bowie knife. I just started getting into case knives. It's weird how you evolve and you just start finding things that you like. I got this Rosecraft slip joint. This is the Stinking Creek sow belly with a stag handle, D2. Really nice feeling knife. Super strong half stop. I actually won this from Casey on the Knives Fast channel. He's going to be on in like an hour. If you don't have anything going on in a little bit, go check him out. But that got me looking into these little case knives. Picked up this Case Peanut, which is just a cool little fifth pocket knife. Not something that I would use on a daily basis. A normal, like regular carry, where is there? It would be like a drop bear, something that I can take out of my pocket, open with one hand, use very easily, close easily, open it many different ways. Thumb, flick, just the lock itself. This drop bear is just tight as it can be, yet just drops open and close, super easy. But I like a fidgety, fun, slightly larger knife with a lot of jimps on the back. See all the jimps all the way up there? Kenman approved jimps. I enjoy Kaiser quite a bit. Of all my knives, I've got 250 probably plus. The company I have the most of is Kaiser. I probably have about 35, 36 Kaisers. This is my current favorite knife. Definitely not my most expensive knife. This is the Mini Towser K White Mountain Knives exclusive. 154 cm on the blade and the frag titanium, but again, nice stack of jimps going up there. I have a bigger hand, so I can get this in my hand. It just feels great. This is the type of knife I carry on a regular basis, but I've started carrying like 3 knives now. So I'll have, this would be my normal loadout for a day. I'll be like, all right, I'm going to carry the Mini Towser K right there. I'm going to have the Civivi Baby Banter for my secondary knife right here. Just a nice smaller, yet there's plenty of room on there for that choke up and that Warncliffe. Then I'll take that and I'll put that one in this one right here. And then I'll grab like that Peanut, the little slip joint case, and then throw that in the fifth pocket one right there, and I'm good to go. Now I basically carry 3 knives every day. I also have been carrying this pry bar. This is a titanium pry bar from Arcform. This is the Alt Pry. It's one piece of titanium folded over for the pocket clip. It's got that nice little groove. It feels nice in there for getting in and doing a pry type of a job, which I haven't had yet. I've had it for almost a month, carrying it every day in this little pocket right there. And we'll see how many more days I carry it before I actually need it. We may never know. I'm going to keep milking cows, but intend to change my side job to making knives from old wrenches. Yes, I like that, Jason. If you start making knives, let me know. I want to come visit, mess around. That sounds great. Do I have a katsu? Katsu. That sounds familiar. Is this a katsu? No, wait, this is not. This is a Dow Strong. This is a kitchen knife, though. Look at that kitchen handle. Straight kitchen knife. You need to cut a rack of ribs. Dow Strong. What tasks make you choose one knife over the other? I guess it depends. Sometimes you need a smaller knife because you're getting in really tight. And so depending on if you have like a large knife and you need to get in tight, but that blade is further away versus in that case, then I might want to grab this one. You know, like if I got a small, tight job, I can get in here, choke up really close. And now look at how tight that is. And then I can get in and have a lot of control because you're right there. Versus if I did the same thing with the Goliath, I'm like way back here. So it's a lot more. But if I had something where I just needed to make a long, this right here for sure. What's up, Lanyard man? I got to send some knives back to you. As soon as Christmas is over, you're going to start getting packages left and right. No doubt. I appreciate you very much. Lanyard Man's hooked me up with several knives I've got to mess around with and enjoy. And I got to start sending some of them back. But we also have to figure out what we're doing. God, I suck. I suck with Spydercos. I don't know. That's kind of why I don't want to buy one. I've just got some that it's just certain knives when I pick it up and it just doesn't open the first try. I'm losing my mind. But you know, sometimes you just pick up a knife and it just feels good in the hand and it opens this almost perfect like every time. Those are the knives that kind of draw me in. That's something about this Hawk, I would say, other than it getting ready to cut my fingers trying to just want to come slamming shut. But knives that just open easy. Got any cool undetectable knives? No, all my knives are straight up standard. Nothing made out of anything that isn't metal, I guess. Well, handle material is different. I got a lot of different knives though. You want to see like a karambit? Here's a double-edged karambit with some serrate on there. Just an evil, weird, nasty boy. Another crazy evil blade would be this one right here. This is the Boker Plus Jim Wagner Reality Blazed. I think I said that once before. But look at that tip. You barely touch that and you are cutting yourself. Looks like a substantial collection. It's decent. You don't even see the bottom shelf. There's a whole nother shelf under this one right there. Plus I have 30 knives in my mini knife shootout over there. I've got at least 10, 15 on that table. And then I got more than a dozen that are on deck for customizations that are happening soon. Plus you can't see this here, that it's the end of the table. Or you can't see Stacy Bolstered Blades Clydesdale. Oh, jeez. It's like my middle finger stopped working for a second there. Anything made by Dixie Norman. Ah! Ho, 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 ho. You almost, huh? Dixie. Right? Right? People try. People try. Fookdoozle is here. My man Fook in the house. Hello from Ireland. Loving the content. What's your top 10 favorite knives? Yikes. Top 10 favorite is tough. I can throw some out there that I know are in my top 10. How's that sound? All right. One of my absolute favorites is in my pocket here. The Kaiser Towser K. This is the mini Towser K. It's got the frag titanium and 154 cm. But I love the Towser K. This is Towser K number 1. This is Towser K number 2 with copper. This is Towser K number 3 with micarta. And then I have Towser K number 4 with the rich light. So I would say the Towser K is definitely in my top 10. So we'll call that 1. We'll call the Pyrite number 2, the CJRB Pyrite. I have many Pyrites. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pyrites. Basically 2 Pyrite Lights, the Pyrite Bowie, a regular Pyrite, another Pyrite Light. The Pyrite Rose Gold Bowie is probably my favorite of the Pyrites, although just the classic Pyrite Alt is a winner as well. Excuse me. The Kaiser Drop Bear is probably one of the most no-nonsense. It works every time. It just feels good in the hand. Micarta 154 cm, definitely in my top 10. No doubt about it. CJRB Riff. The Riff is a great button lock. It is awesome. Just action for days. Fuller flicks out really well. Just a big beefy knife. Okay. Civivi Vision FG. It's got that shark lock, super lock, which is like the shark lock. Very ambidextrous. Sure. Flicks out good, thumbs out good. Really fun knife. I'd like to get another Civivi Vision FG sometime soon. The Devo Premium Pony Stout. I love this knife. This knife is fantastic. Super cool. Shoot. I would say the Knives Fast KC. He made the Tempest Knives Microjet. I can't show you it right now because I took mine apart because I'm doing a custom to it. So I don't have a Microjet to show you right now, but that's definitely in my top 10. The Kaiser Milita. This is the regular size Milita. This is the 154 cm version. They have tons of versions of these from base model prices up to, the cheapest one's like $50. The most expensive one's like $220. If you want to get the mini Milita, why wouldn't I have matching, right? Regular and the mini. I don't know how many that is, but that's definitely moving along pretty well. Other ones it would be, oh, there we go, right there. Definitely in the top 10. This is the Kubi Titus. Oh, action is fantastic. Flicks out easy. Flipper tab. Get it on your thumb and then just drop shut. Ultim. Tell me that Ultim doesn't look fantastic on there. Great, nice see-through look. Excellent action on that thing. Oof. All day. Dirty Dan loves his Milita. Honorable mention, Kubi Phemius. The reason is I love this knife. It looks cool. The action's fantastic. I don't carry it as much because it's not, I don't have cutting. The tip is a little bit wild for doing a cut. It'd be great for if you're doing some skinning type of a work, which I don't do as much in my daily cuts. I like the tip to be a little bit more like a sheep's foot or like a Warncliffe, where I'm like this and I have a lot more control where that is versus when it's got that upsweep on the clip. Although I love the way it looks. Phemius is just a gorgeous knife, and then it's got a nice drop shut price. How much for what? I just showed 10 knives. And none of those are technically, I'm not like a storefront where I just sell knives. I collect knives, I customize knives. I do sell my custom stuffs, you know. So like if I take a knife and I acid etch the handle or the blade and I laser mark the handle, and it's like, boom, that would be something that I would have no problem selling. But like I got this Kaiser Hawk, you know, you can just go buy one of these from Kaiser. So I don't necessarily sell all the knives in my collection. I mean, I could, but then a lot of them, like the ones I just showed you, those my top 10 knives, if I sold you that knife, I would literally take the money and go buy another one. I have to have those in my collection. I love them. They are fantastic. Maxace Goliath, not something I carry every day, but because it's just a beast, it just drops shut, and it's got that Hamon on there, that actual Hamon. This is a sandwiched Sanmai SLD Magic blade. Super cool. Now, it doesn't mean I don't sell knives, but it's like those, what I just showed you are my top 10 knives. I love those knives. I have to have them in my collection. They're fantastic. So it's like if I sold that to you, you're buying a slightly used knife from me that I hold at the price that I bought it for, because I will literally take it to buy another one. And so why would I sell one that I've had for a little while for less when I'm literally going to go buy another one? Now, if you were like, oh, I really like that QSP Penguin that you did that custom shipwreck to. Well, whenever I do a custom job to something, that's definitely something that I want to get into someone else's hand, because what happens is I don't really mark up too much for the custom or anything like that. But if you want this, I can go buy another QSP Penguin. I love to do custom projects. And so if you buy one that I did a custom project to, I'll just go buy that one again and do another custom project. And plus, some people aren't in the market or in the, you know, they don't want to work on custom stuff. They don't have the shop or the ability to do it, or the desire to do it. You know, like I used to love installing car stereos in my car, but if I were to put another car stereo in my next car, you know, I'll pay someone $100 to install it for me, because I'd rather just have them do it, you know. But I love doing some customization. How much is the Penguin? I don't know. How much? I don't even remember how much the Penguin goes for. Literally, Jason, if you want to buy that thing, message me. We'll talk. You'll get it for... This is the Sencut Maxace. This was a brown handle. I dyed blue and then weathered it so you could see the brown coming back through, kind of like an old pair of jeans. And then I did the acid etch on the blade. So the blade was the same color as that clip. This is a nice custom little Maxace. Beecher. Yeah, get a hold of me, bud. For sure. The Penguin is the one that became part of the community. What's going on, Orion? Testing. 1, 2, 3. All right. I don't have an email right now. My email got kind of jacked up and I haven't gotten a new one yet, but I will write. Hold on a second. I just posted my Instagram. If you have Instagram, that's the best way to get a hold of me right now. It's KDK in 4K. KDKIN 4K. Message me on there. It might take me a day or two, because, you know, when I get a new message, it won't show up in my messages. It shows up in like an alert for that I have to go into messages and then open up new messages, accept them so that I can see them. Brian, you'd like to get something custom? I've got a bunch now, and if I don't, you know, you can find a knife that you like, you can send it to me. Someone, you know, like Lanyard Man sent me this Spyderco to do a custom to. I'm going to be doing soon. Renee Ramon sent me this Chavez that we're going to do a really cool job to. I'm about to do Stacy's Clydesdale. Thank you for subscribing. P.S. What is my favorite knife right now? It is this one. This is the Kaiser Mini Towser K 154 CM, and this frag titanium. It just feels so good in the hand, so easy to open and close, flicks out, great choke up spot, jumps for days. When I hold this in my hand, it's just perfect for making a cut or just holding and doing any type of cut. Index finger out on there. I definitely, it's not my most expensive knife, but it's just the way it feels in my hand, the way that frag titanium feels, the way it cuts, the satisfaction I get opening and closing it. That is my current favorite. Nice knives. Thank you, Walt. How are you? What did you end up using for the acid etch? I can't remember, Aries. I think it was like a 50-50 approximately. I didn't really measure it too much, but I used the ferric chloride and the apple cider vinegar like when I talked to you. But I think I mixed it around 50-50. I would like to get a mix that makes it darker black. I've been getting this, I mean, it's dark for sure, but it still kind of has like a grayish, I don't know how black you could actually get an acid etch to go. This actually turned out really good. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. It's 154 cm. This is a Kaiser Aggressor front flipper only. So I did the acid etch on the blade, and then I dyed that handle. The handle was the standard Kaiser micarta, and then I gave it that maroon kind of look. But yeah, when it's closed, it's basically, you can only see the little teeny bit up on the tip right there, but the acid etch surface and then the shiny part's kind of all hidden when it's closed up. Really fun stuff. Couple other customs that I had done. It's been a while. Couple of Kubies. This is the Merked. This was tan. I gave it this kind of red wine color. Boom. Or the, oh shoot, what's this one called? Oh, Raven. The Kubi Raven. Now I call it the Blood Raven. This one was white. Got a nice action to it. Looks kind of like a Flying V guitar. Now with that dark red, that deep red Blood Raven. Pyrite Light. What's up, Dan Stan? How you doing? I don't know. I don't know. I just did a refresh. Is Weldon Carry live right now? Or is that an old... When I hit refresh, there's a couple things that popped up. Justin, you take off and come back? I'm just kidding. I know that KC goes on at like 6:45, so I'm going to probably be done by then. I do have family plans. Most of my holiday family plans are going to be tomorrow. So I don't know. I may try to go live for a little bit, but not sure. I will have videos that pop every day. Christmas Day looks a little bit more free. So I have that day a little bit more open. I don't know if I'll stream or I've got an extra little video I might pop up. Is RPM 9 steel any good? Any bad experiences with it? No. They had that thing that came out where it was kind of mislabeled, not quite exactly what they had called it initially, but that doesn't mean it's a bad steel. A lot of my CJRB is ARRPM 9. I've used it a lot. I've sharpened it a lot. I'm quite happy with it. This is, you can see right there, ARRPM 9 on the CJRB Riff. Fantastic knife. Pyrites, Feldspar. A lot of really good knives with ARRPM 9. The Echo. CJRB Echo is just a sweet knife. Underrated knife. That's a titanium Echo. I have the Ray Laconico Prado with the wood handle. I need to carry this one more. But yeah, I like AR-RPM 9. I wouldn't say it's a bad steel at all. It's actually a great steel. It's basically 9CR18 MOV and a decent steel. I've had good luck, especially with Sencut 9CR. Yeah, if it's similar to 9CR, I've got a bunch of 9CR. I think that's what the Sencut Serene is. But yeah, a lot of Sencut is 9CR. The old cheap Horus. This is like a $30 knife. Can't go wrong if you're just looking for something budget. What's going on, Neil? Let me get into some QSP. Look at this gavial. It's a fish eating crocodile. You can see the crocodile, right? This is a beast of a knife, though. Very slicey. Boom. Excellent stuff. Ramettes. This is the Ramette Wild series. This is a pretty cool knife for not too expensive. Two-tone finish on the blade. I think this one's 14C. Yeah, 14C 28N. And then a multi-layered G10. So you get this kind of green, black, green, black, green, black, orange. Really fun. Actually, Tri-State sent me a few Ramettes to check out a while back, and one of them was the premium version of this knife right here, which actually is what inspired me to get this version. I looked it up, and then I saw this one. I'm like, oh, 14C, and I thought that green, black, and orange was a cool look with the blue pearl on the thumb stud. Action is good, flicks out nice, plus it's got that good front flipper. It's like, why not pick it up? What is my go-to knife sharpener? Luckily for me, because I just keep buying more knives all the time, I don't have to sharpen a lot because I get a new knife. I got this Acacia recently, and so then I carry that for a day. And then the next day, I carry a Pyrite. And then the next day, I carry my Lago. And then the next day, I carry my Drop Bear. And so, and then the amount of cuts that I make on any given day could be 1 or 2. It could be maybe a dozen or 20 if it was a real busy day at work. But they're mostly cardboard, paper, plastic wrap, things like that. So I don't need to sharpen as often as most. So like some of the bigger stones and stuff, I don't really use too much. I did recently get the Work Sharp like field sharpener. It's got 200 grit on one side, 600 on the other, a even finer ceramic stone, and then a strop on the back. And with the amount of use that my knives go through, I don't really beat on them. So most of the time, all I need to do is kind of just touch up the edge a little bit. So I can just get on here, maybe on the 600 side for a little bit, or the ceramic stone, give it a strop or two, and I'm good to go again. So I don't really need to use it as much. If I were to need to sharpen a lot, I would get something like the TS Prof or something where you can set that angle and you've got the stones and you can run them across. You basically pin the blade. I don't have one of those. I'll consider getting one, but because of my issue, and I buy new ones all the time, the Pyrite Light blade isn't a problem for me personally, but I've noticed the button is a little too small. That's why I haven't carried it yet. And there's a lot of people that don't have the problem at all. I think it's if you have a wider or a longer hand, and it's the way you hold it in your hand. If you have so I have a big hand, but this is a huge knife. So I'm holding this huge knife in my hand, and it's always going to hang outside of my palm, no matter what I do. So if someone might have an average size hand or a slightly smaller hand, it's going to fit in their hand like that, and there's no way that there's ever going to be an issue. Now, me because I have these apish palms, when this, I've got this here and it comes down, that is up against my palm right now. And so if I were to just swing that shut, holding it like that, I will cut my palm. Versus the regular pyrite, I can hold that inside my palm right there and close it down, and I'm not getting cut by it because the blade ratio to handle ratio is correct. Make sense? But if you've got a big hand or a small hand, you're never going to have your hand way down there like that, so it wouldn't be an issue. So it's not like the knife is a problem. Aries right there, Aries cut his palm with his as well. I guarantee you, I have never cut my palm with my Bowie pyrite. It's not an issue because it's got the correct ratio. Pyrite Light is a good knife for 30 bucks. I mean, there has to be a reason I have two of them. I have two of them, but I have to hold it like this when I close it so my hand isn't in the way. And so now I have to make a conscious effort. And that's why I always come back to the drop bear. No conscious effort required. I'm over here. I can take it out. I know it's going to open. I know it's going to close. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just an effortless, it doesn't matter where my hand is. It's over here. It's over here. It's upside down. It works. And I don't have to think about it. And I know that my hand hasn't been cut by some trivial small little thing like that. But maybe I should just give it to Titanium Justin. It's his favorite knife in the world. Which is fine. Which is fine. Everybody has taste. Everybody has different desires and needs for their type of carry. Here is a sheepdog. Some people might not like the mini sheepdog. Well, I'm having issues with it. Because it's smaller, I like that I can get this choke up spot and kind of get in here. The handle sticks out the back. So even though it's small, it's got a nice feel in the hand. You can do work with it. Ron today has the Wee OAO green carbon fiber, Pina Mula, and red carbon fiber Gerber Dime multi-tool key set. Nice carry, Ron. Nice carry. Ron, you carry that Pina a lot, or you have a couple of those? Ron always has a good carry, though. No doubt about it. One of my favorites. Unobtainable, impossible to achieve to get this. It is stainless Pakistan. It is covered in pits. It was covered in rust that I removed. Got a nice little walnut handle. This is very old. I won this throwing a dart into a balloon at a 4th of July carnival. Don't own too many button locks, but they're usually as small as the Pyrite Light. Button locks. Well, I mean, this button lock right here is small. It's tinier than the Pyrite Light. Or we could get the Pyrite, where is it? I've got it. There it is. Got the Pyrite Mini. That's a button lock. You can swing it out, close it, flicks it open, swing it shut. I've never cut myself in the palm with this one, and it's the Mini, but it's because I can't, even when it's in my palm, it's not touching my palm because it's so small. I could swing it around through my hand. But small button locks still can be great. What is that other one that I picked up? Get over here a second. I can't remember the name of this. This is a Gin Knives Rhino. Look at that top flipper. Boom. Button lock. Top flip. Flicks it out. You can use it as a front flipper. This thing is tiny, but then it's got the choke up. So with the choke up, you get up there and you can grab it, get a little bit tighter grip in there. So a smaller button lock can work fine. Every type of knife you've got, though, there's a workaround. It's how well does it work for you. Knives like this, where it has a fully open lock bar, as a lefty, I struggle with this because I go to open it with my left hand and my thumb is pushing on the bar, so I can't barely get it to open. Versus in the right hand, you can kind of hold it back here and flick it quite simply. So depending, as a lefty, I have issues with some knives that have the exposed lock bar. So some of the premium titanium knives where that lock bar is on the outside. I kind of struggle with that, which is nice when you've got one like this righty where it's on the inside and it's kind of covered by that, so you can only have to get to that little spot. This is the Concept Tuckmore. Oof. Fantastic. Trying to see if I had any other smaller. This is a, what is this one called? RT, or does Kubi. I cannot remember what this one's called. Got to remember your children's names. Don't carry this one much. It's a weird shape, but it works good. What's up, Viking Princess? How are you today? Trying to think if I had any more that were like an exposed or that I have issues with. I like button actuated liner locks like the Katuo Venter. So this is a button lock, but it's also, the button also hits that liner lock. So I can go in there and act as a liner, close it with the liner, flick it open, close it like a liner lock, or I can open it with a button. Katuo Venter, it's kind of a fun one, little combination. The other button actuated liner lock that I have is my mini grouper, which I don't see. Why, oh, where is it? I hate it when I lose knives because it's like it exists in my world somewhere. And that grouper should be right there, but it's not. That's rough. I know I had that out, and then I had one I gave away that Meredith won. But it is a button actuated liner lock, so it works both ways. And I apparently lost mine. What is my go-to fixed blade? Probably the Kaiser Milita. This is a newer fixed blade. So this one is S35VN and the aluminum with the camo carbon in there. This knife does not exist in this dojo, does it? No, sensei! Dude, where is it? That is a trip. Is it on the... Ha 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 ha! Holy crap. That's fun. I got my other favorite fixed blade here. So here it is, the Kaiser Mini Grouper button lock. But the button actuates, if you look in here, when you push it, see how it moves that liner lock over? So it has the strength of the liner lock, but the action of a button lock. Pretty good stuff. Another one of my favorites from Kaiser is the Veratus. This is the budget Veratus front flipper, thumb flicking hole, G10 Nitro V. Pretty fun stuff. Put that one up here. All right there. And then, ooh, here's another small one that I just love. It's tiny. You have to get in there and deliberately front flip that. This is the Concept Rio. Tell me that's not a cool one. Took me a while to figure out how to get that snap out. M390 on that tiny little blade. The smallest little M390 you ever seen. But I gotta get going pretty quick here. What is my favorite sharpener? I would get a TS Prof. If you're gonna get a big sharpener, get a TS Prof. If you're gonna get a small, it'll get a field sharpener, like this WorkSharp Pro field sharpener. 200 grit on one side, 600 on the other. You got your ceramic rod and then a strop. Works great if you just need to do some touch-ups. Fantastic stuff. If you really need, her name is Rio and she dances. Yeah, but if you need to sharpen and you've got a real big issue, I wouldn't spend time on this. This is just really good for simple sharpening and touching it up a little bit. Hope everyone in the chat's having a great day. I am Ron. I hope you are as well. My arthritis doesn't like most front flippers. I get you on that. Sometimes you really have to get to know the knife for a while to figure out how you're going to make it work. And then some just work perfect. So another one of my go-to fixed blades. I really love the Militaw. It is awesome. It is large though. So as far as a daily carry on a fixed blade, I don't as much. But this is the Kubi Quaken. This is a small, slicey fixed blade. This is fantastic. So this is definitely more, swapping out, putting a ulti clip on there. But when this one's in there like that, you can get that out, do some work with that fixed blade, and it's just very minimal space that it takes up. I really like that one a lot. But I think my main would be, you know, because if I am going to carry a fixed blade, I'd rather it be a little bit larger, although it's not something I would do every day. All these knives and this hippie can't bother to get a haircut. What do you think about that, Bubba? What do you think? Here's what I say. When you get into your 40s, I dyed it. You can see where the dye is growing out. I dyed it for Halloween a couple of years ago. But if you look right here, I got gray. I got gray hair right there. Look up here. No gray hairs. Not receding. No comb over. This is my natural hair. If you can still grow hair like this, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? This is my COVID haircut. I got a haircut right before COVID happened. I haven't gotten one since. Here we are. This is the longest my hair has ever been in my entire life. I love it. And if you can grow it, grow it. That's what I say. All right, guys. Casey's going to be starting up. If you're looking for something to check out, I love that you're here. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. I post videos every day. I post shorts every day. I'll be going live over this Christmas holiday. I hope everyone has a safe, happy holiday. Go be with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones. Enjoy the time that you have. Be safe out there if you're traveling. Right now, my favorite knife maker wandering north is Kaiser. I've experienced a lot of different companies, but as far as it goes, I mean, they have sent me some knives, so you can say I'm biased because of that, but I'm not. I will always give my open, honest opinion. The reason they started giving me knives is because I already had 30 knives from them, so they saw that I was already serious about them. But they're fantastic. They have a good variety. They've been coming out with some cool new stuff like the Snap Echo on this Hawk. Action is fantastic. I keep saying S. M390 with the DLC coating on here and the titanium. Just a great company. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. I'll see you over at the KC Live or maybe in the Rob Live a little bit later. And then maybe tomorrow or on Christmas Day, I'll see you again. My videos will post sometime in the morning. I have some Christmas presents I sent to myself. It's going to be a good time. Take care, y'all. Stay safe. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you later.